Hi, I'm Tom Naughton, and this is a video version of the Fathead Farm Report. As you know already if you've been following my blog, I spent several weekends cutting up the wood pile near our barn, and occasionally screwing up my chainsaw in the process. The end result was a lot of wood that needed splitting, and I mean a lot of wood. So last weekend, my buddy Jim Taylor drove down with a power wood splitter. He did most of the splitting on the first day, while my job was to go and fetch logs and bring them to the splitter. Later, I got a little lazy and started using a wagon. Meanwhile, Shariva and the girls stacked the new firewood in the barn. Some of the logs we cut up were huge, and I wondered if the splitter could really chop these things into firewood small enough to fit in our wood-burning stove. Well, it turns out the splitter could do the job. We just had to chop the really big logs up one section at a time. I took over the splitting on Sunday, but had to quit in the afternoon when it started to rain. So the wood pile isn't quite gone, but it certainly is a lot smaller. I'll try to tackle the rest of it in the spring. As I mentioned on the blog, the 18 chicks we bought recently are now living outside in the portable chicken coop that Shariva built using some plans she found on the internet. So now making sure the chickens have food and water is one of the daily chores around here. Shariva's out of town this weekend, so Sarah pitched in to help. The only part of the chicken coop design that didn't exactly work out was the wheels. They wouldn't stay in place and they didn't turn. So for now, we're using the ultra-low-tech method for moving the chicken coop around the land. We'll try to install some better wheels later. The chicks always seem a little giddy after we move the coop, probably because it means they can find a fresh supply of yummy bugs on the ground. The older chickens are still around too, but they're not laying as many eggs as they used to. 3 or 4 eggs a day is definitely not enough for this family. If they start laying more eggs again, great. If not, it might be time to start putting some of the older chickens in the pot. I was a little worried that my girls might be upset by that idea, but apparently it's not going to be an issue.
It's a really big chicken. I think we're going to eat you first.
And that's the Fathead Farm Report for October 12, 2013.